the facilitation is about this process as well as creating a container so people can work together, they connect, collaborate, make creative solutions, but not stopping there, make important choices and make commitments. That is facilitation in a nutshell. And what is this Agile Team Facilitation and what is this ATF certification workshop, right? So you're going to learn, if you join the Agile Team Facilitation, you're going to learn a lot of things about the facilitation, designing facilitation sessions, agendas, process, and so many things. But that is about what. But let's start from why. Let's start from why. Why you need to attend this kind of a workshop, or why the whole need of Agile Team Facilitation. A simple answer, I would say performance, because I hope that you know there is a person who's very much aligned to the role of facilitator, that is Scrum Master. Of course, facilitation is not only done by Scrum Master, we will get there, but as a Scrum Master, Scrum Guide nicely explained, Scrum Master is an impediment remover. He's a facilitator, he's a coach, he's a change agent, helping team to be more effective and practice Scrum. Okay, so if you look at what is the importance of existence of a Scrum Master, team effectiveness or team performance. So facilitation is one aspect. So facilitation is very much influential. A proper facilitation is very much influential for performance. Okay, performance of the team, because performances are not hardly comes through compliance, right? Performance are coming through important choices and important decision makings done by the team. It's not coming from compliance or a push way of working, but it comes from the consensus, the decision making, and making important choice about how we work together more effectively. Now, when it's come to decision making, I have again a nice story to share. If you look at this key, okay, I hope you can see this key. This key could have actually changed a strategy in a very disastrous, tragic event in the history. That is the Titanic, right? The Titanic disaster could have avoided by this key, but unfortunately, it wouldn't. If you look at the story behind this key, now a last moment decision, and weak decisions took around this last moment decision developed it into a major cause of Titanic strategy. Okay, disaster. Sorry for the typo here. And it created a disaster. So the story is this key was owned by a person, he's a second level officer called David Blair, and he was in charge of looking after the keys which opened a cabinet containing the binoculars. Okay. So what happened was the last moment before the Titanic was sailed, Mr. Blair was replaced by another more senior sailor, but last moment, it was taken with hasty decision making. Due to this hasty decision making, with less preparation, accidentally they forgot to hand over the keys. So what happened? The crew couldn't really look for the icebergs. They have to use their eyes, not binoculars, to see the iceberg. So they didn't see it way before they could take any action. So you see how much important decision making is about, right? So facilitation is highly influential towards making decision making. Okay. So if you look at what you get to learn in the workshop, this Agile Team Facilitation, there are three main learning objectives. I may not go into details, but will help you to understand what you will get to learn in these three objectives. So the first objective is about knowing Agile Team Facilitation, because for many people it could be a new term. We have heard about training, we have heard about mentoring, we have heard about coaching, but is there a role called facilitation as well? Yes, definitely. So it's important to understand why and what is facilitation. So we talk a little bit about the facilitation and who is a facilitator. Who could be a facilitator in your team? Anyone, because anyone would run meetings. It's not only confined to a scrum master or product owner. Your tech lead, your team lead, or developer would run a meeting. So facilitation could be done by anyone. But when you do the facilitation, what would be your role? Okay, that's important. And the mindset, you have to have a mindset in a way that you have a genuine care about the people. Then only you can create this container, this process, which are inviting, which are warm, and people feel open to get connected and start creating creative solutions. And then we're going to specifically about Agile Team Facilitator, because he or she is special to a facilitator, because you are also now a agile role model. You could be a scrum master, you could be a product owner, or whatever the role you play. You also use your agile values and principles to drive more creative dialogues to emerge creative solutions. That is the Agile Team Facilitator. And then the development path for agile coaching, because when you do facilitation, it's going very close to the coaching as well. So we're going to help you to connect the dots. Okay, you may start with a scrum master or your product owner, and you're working towards the working on facilitation. Then how you go to the next level, that is coaching also. So these are, as I mentioned, these are companions. If you are any of the agile team, these facilitation, training, coaching are your companion, best companions, I would say. So that is the first learning objective in this workshop. Okay. And the second learning objective is about design and conduct facilitated session. Now, if you look at, the emphasis is so much is given to the designing and conducting facilitated sessions. There we're going to talk about two areas: knowing 7 P's of facilitation, and then how you really design a facilitated session using these 7 P's. Just to look at these 7 P's, which are like quite essential to design and to run a facilitation. So 7 P's are the purpose, the people who are attending to the workshop, the product, what is the end outcome or end output of this particular meeting or the session, the place, where do you have it? Is it face to face? Is it remote? Right? And what are the possible probable issues? Definitely, like not only the technological challenges. Well, of course, we have technological challenges, but more than that, what are the challenges or the issues that we might face when the right people are not there, when people are not talking, or when they are not coming to agreements, the probable issues and practical tools we can use to enhance this collaboration, enhance the participation. And very importantly, to connect these dots from purpose to the people to the products, what is the process that you follow, which is what we talk about. So understanding 7 P's is so much important for you to design, creating that structure, creating that process, designing is important, and then also to do the real facilitation of the workshop as well. Why designing is important? Designing of a meeting, because designing happens before, right? You're designing a meeting by, it's about all the preparation that you are doing. So let's watch this video and then look at that. Okay, so
Franz, could you try to break those fast, please? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, maybe that was a little too hard. It didn't go through. So that's a plus side. Try that one, really? Okay. Oh man, it didn't go through. All right. There's room for improvement.
Awesome. I hope, and now I'm back in the presentation. I hope you saw what happened. This was quite famous video, so you must have seen that. It was Tesla was demonstrating their bulletproof armor glasses, and you can understand how much impact would have been created if they were well prepared. Like, of course, we will face unexpected situations, but preparation is so much important. And the third is that, okay, designing. Now we are coming to, okay, you start understanding what is facilitation, why, the mindset, and all the structural elements. And then we talk about the designing part, the 7 Ps, and this process, creative process. And we are moving into designing and facilitating agile meetings. Now here we talk about these 5 events in Scrum, but not in terms of they are teaching in a certified scrum master or a PSM class or something, not about talking about these meetings, but you getting an experience of facilitating these meetings in different ways, like using different tools like liberating structures, or using Jamboards or Miro, or how do you create that connection, how do you create that collaboration, how do you make shared goals, and how do you create that shared responsibility. And very importantly, how much we plan, how much we design a meeting, things can go wrong, things can change. That's we have different type of personalities in your meeting. Some, no matter what, come late. Some, no matter what, have only negative comments, and they really don't agree with that. And some don't talk, some don't engage. Yeah, they have these personalities, but all are important in meetings, because end of the day, all are human beings, which we need everyone's participation to make a solid and sustainable commitment. So how a facilitator understand these group dynamics, how they understand these personalities, how you smoothly understand these challenges and take the team through these ups and downs, right? Sometimes how you mirror the inefficient behavior of the team, so they can understand, okay, this is not why we are here today, we are here to make more important commitments. So how you drive this, navigate the team through this process. And that is about designing and facilitating agile meetings. So the role of Agile Team Facilitator is to craft those powerful dialogues in these Agile events, right? In these Agile events or any other meetings that you have, right? Craft these powerful dialogues to amplify the learning and emergence of creative solutions. As I mentioned, you simply can't ask questions and answer. Q&A sessions will not drive to creative solutions, because they have to be emerged through the group consensus, group dynamics, and they're working together. So that's the importance of Agile Team Facilitator and the facilitation. And most importantly, in long run, in big picture, if you are in an agile transformation, you could be a scrum master, product owner, any leader who are driving agile transformation, you can get the real ROI, because, as I mentioned, transformation is a shift. It's not simply adapting to a process, it's a shift. And shift happens through important choices and commitments. So, this facilitator will work as like a gardener, right? The gardener is have a genuine care to the plants, and he nourishes the garden, the plants, and he water, and the right the sunshine, the level of sunshine, and the fuel they need, and also understand when there are weed, right? So you need to cut out the ego and resistance. How do you deal with artificial harmony? So like a gardener, he creates this atmosphere. He or she, the agile facilitator, can create this atmosphere so people can commit to creative solutions. In long run, this is the ROI that you are getting from agile team facilitation.